Robert Kiyosaki is an author of more than 25 books, best known for his Rich Dad, Poor Dad series, which have sold over 41 million copies worldwide. He went from being a school dropout helicopter pilot in the Vietnam War and broke businessman to becoming a multi-millionaire investor and best-selling author. And today we're going to learn his best advice on why you must get a financial education. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time. I spilled.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, Robert Kiyosaki.
And I read constantly. Right now, the book I'm reading is a personal development book. It's called Happiness Morning. That's number one. And the second book is called The Miracle Morning and Happiness Advantage. One's written by a Harvard teacher, The Happiness Advantage, fantastic book. And the other book is Miracle Morning, written by an entrepreneur. And they say the same things, but in different ways. So I read both of them 3 times because they're so powerful. But I'm working on me. You see, the economy out there is just the economy. If you think it's a bad economy, it's because your bad economy is here. If you think it's, those jobs are tough, that's because that's you in here. As any entrepreneur knows, it's always a good economy. No matter which way it's going, I can always make some money. It's always good. It's always opportunity. So I've got to protect the spirit or the entrepreneurial mindset inside of me. So when the markets crash, I make more money. Unfortunately, for the average person without financial education, the guy who invested for the long term, for job security, their house is an asset and all that stuff, they got wiped out. That's what happened in 2007 right here. They got wiped out by the crash and others got richer by the crash. And that's the difference.
The fastest way to learn anything is to model success. When you know that you don't know enough, but you don't know what to do, the fastest way to win is to find someone who's done exactly what you want to do and go learn from them. Learn from their story, learn from their videos, learn from their interviews, learn from their books, learn from their podcasts. Learn from the people who've done exactly what you want to do, and you will level up your life so much faster. So I'm a big believer in what I call aspirational mentors, because people, I think, understand the value of mentorship. They just often say, well, I don't have a mentor. I don't know how to find somebody who's a multimillionaire and learn from them. There's nobody like that in my life. And so I wanted to make it easier for you and think about aspirational mentors. These are people who you may never meet, but you can learn from them just by being around them regularly. In my first business, I really struggled with this. I had my parents who are here behind me on my wall, and I love them, and they taught me how to be a human and care and believe, but not about entrepreneurship or running a business. And so I didn't know who to go to. I went to my bank. And said, I had the most awkward conversation with the banker there and asked them, okay, well, I'm here. How can you support me? He's like, well, do you need a loan? It's like, oh, I don't know. I'm starting a business. I'm ready to grow. How can you help? Like, well, we help people with loans. Do you need a loan? Like, oh, I don't know. Like, maybe? Like, well, have you been in business for 3 years? Like, no. Like, well, we can't really help you in getting a loan. And that was basically it. And I thought, wow, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I didn't know anybody. And I fell into the boat I think a lot of people are in. It's like, I don't have a role model. I don't have a mentor. I don't have a guide. I don't have somebody to kind of show me the ropes. And so I really struggled in my first business. And I was making the $300 a month. I owned 30% of this company. I was doing everything that I thought I could think of to try to build this business, until ultimately I quit on my business partner for one day because I was just so frustrated of things not working out. And I was working. It wasn't for lack of work. I was working every single day. Nothing just seemed to be working out because I didn't have the right guidance and role models. So the day that I quit, I then, had a terrible night and woke up the next day and thought, no, I have to keep going, but I got to be smarter about this. Like, somebody's had to have figured this out. And that's where I found Bill Gates. I was in software. He was the only guy I could think of in software. And I just asked myself a simple question. Who's done this before? And how can I learn from them? and I went to go study Bill Gates' story, and that's the thing that started to save my company. We got my first deal, and then the second deal, and a third deal, all by learning what Bill Gates did and how he built his company. Now, I've never met Bill Gates. Not yet. There's still time. Come on, if you guys know Bill, make that intro for me. There's still time to connect with Bill, and I'm excited to actually tell him this story and see what he says. But I didn't know him, and I still learn from him. And ever since then, I've tried to take that approach of, hey, if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to try to reverse engineer it from people who have done it, learn their stories, and incorporate into my business, my life situation, see how I can learn and grow faster. It's why I do this channel. It's why I do all my channels. It's why I'm on YouTube and all this social content. It's not because I want to be famous. That's the biggest fight I get into with my agent. He wants me to be more famous, and I don't really care about the accolades. What I care about is learning from successful people and then trying to share it. So if you can learn in this video from Robert Kiyosaki, or you can learn from Bill Gates, or you can learn from me, or you can learn from Oprah, or any of the other people that I profile, I think that's a huge win, because last time I checked, Robert Kiyosaki is not accepting interns to go sit with him and work with him for a year to just soak up all his knowledge. But you can still learn from him without ever having met him, because he's made so many books and he's done so many interviews and he has his own YouTube channel. You could be around him every day and he could be the one giving you information. Or Oprah, or me, or whoever it is that you look up to. Look to aspirational mentors who you can be around consistently, and they will level up your life. Now, I've got a 3-step process to walk you through that'll make it so much easier. But before that, if you want to have more self-love and motivation in your life, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
You know, I don't cheat on my wife. I don't cheat on my customers. I don't cheat people. I don't cut corners. If I can't do something, I'll tell you up front. If I screw up, I'll tell you. Kind of dump on, fast food industry. If I had to do it again, I'd go work for McDonald's.
Okay, how do we do it? How do we find our mentors? How do we level up our lives of being around more successful people than us? 3 steps, let's go. Step number 1 is understand, what do you want to learn? Like, be really clear and specific. What do you want to learn? There might be lots of things, but the more specific you can get, the easier it is going to be to find the role models and mentors for you. So in my first business, I said, I want to find somebody who's built a successful software company, right? Not just any kind of business, software. And I was in biotech software, and I didn't know of a successful biotech software company at that time, still kind of early days. So I just said software. And that's where I found Bill Gates. And that's how I found his strategy of partnering with companies from the early stages of his business to IBM that made the big deal for him through partnerships. And I said, hey, he built his business through partnerships. He had a software company. I've got a software company. Let me try building my business through partnerships. And that's how I landed my first deal for $13,500 and felt like I had won the lottery. So be really specific. What is the skill set? What is the thing that you specifically want to learn right now that if you figured that out would level up your entire life? Number 2 is ask yourself which 3 people have done it. There's lots of people who have done it, probably. But don't worry about finding the perfect person. Don't worry about being overwhelmed by having so many different options. Pick 3. Pick 3 who you've consumed some of their content, you've seen them, you resonate with them a little bit. Pick 3 people that you want to dive deeper into and be around consistently, that they've spoken to you in a way that really connects. Because a lot of people will have similar messages. Oprah Winfrey and Eric Thomas have a very similar message. Eric Thomas is going to yell at you through it, and Oprah Winfrey is going to hug you through it. Which style do you resonate more with? Pick those 3 people so you can level up and learn from them. And then step number 3 is understand, well, how can you learn from them this week? It's great to have your list, right? I want to get better at this. Here are the 3 people I'm going to learn from. Nothing happens until you start actually doing the learning, right? So you have to schedule it in. This week, how are you going to learn from them? Are you going to read their book? Yes, go buy their book right now on Amazon. Are you going to watch the YouTube videos? Great. Go subscribe to their channel right now on YouTube. Are you going to look through my channel and see their videos? Great. Go build a playlist for yourself, right? Are you going to listen to their podcast if they have one? Read their interviews if they've done them, right? Like, what have they done? And today, while you're still feeling the energy, the momentum, the high, the excitement, the enthusiasm, create your plan to make it easy for you to follow through. If you subscribe to a YouTube channel, right? If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, then Every day you see a new video that's coming in, right? You can start your day with a shot of Entspresso, right? Every day it's there for you. Or if you learn better through reading, then go buy the books from that person. Create your stack of 10 books. You want to learn from Robert Kiyosaki? He's got lots of books. Go buy all his books. Create your stack. Put them in front of you so that when you wake up every morning or when you're going to bed at night, you see the book, you pick it up and you start reading. Because it's that consistency over time that the way that he thinks, that she thinks, that they think will start to seep into you so that you start to think like them. That's the advantage of having that consistent exposure, not just as one-off, hoorah, got excited and motivated, but didn't take any action. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video? And write down in the comments below what you're gonna do about it this week. When you schedule in what day, what time, and what place you're going to take action, you have a 91% chance of following through versus just a 35% chance if you got motivated but then never actually had a plan. And when you share your plan publicly and have some accountability, your chances of following through go up even higher. So in the comments below, write down your single biggest takeaway and your plan of action this week so I can celebrate you.
And what I found out is that people want to learn about money IQ, which is about financial intelligence. It's about investing, how to buy stocks, and how to trade, and all the other things. But what I found out is that money EQ is more important than money IQ. Money EQ is emotional intelligence about money, how healthy you feel with money. A healthy relationship is that when you feel happy about money, your money EQ is high. When you constantly worry about money and you have fear on money, your money EQ is low. And the highest money IQ people with all the MBAs and all the doctor degree, they are good at investing and they're super good with business. But these high money IQ people often lose everything because of low money EQ. Even though you built a high tower with money IQ, the foundation is shaky, it's gonna fall. So money EQ is a foundation of life. For example, if you get a $500 raise, which is great, but can you keep the money? Probably you will celebrate your raise and spend it all. And then if you get a $2,000 raise, which is great, probably you're going to move to a better and bigger house, and then you're going to probably buy a bigger car and more expenses go up. So even though you get a raise, you make more money, your expenses also are trying to match your income. So you have no money at the end of the month anyway. I have known many CEOs who are making a few $100,000 a year, but still they cannot keep any money left because their lifestyle consumes all the money. So unless you learn about money EQ and how the solid foundation, you'll never be able to feel peace with money, and you'll never be able to achieve true financial independence.
If you want to change your life in 30 days for free, check out the program right here below me. Or if you want to know how Robert Kiyosaki takes on challenges, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy them. Continue to believe. I'll see you there.